General David Petraeus, the architect of much of the combat warfare this nation's been engaged in over the last decade. General Petraeus, who has been the director of the CIA, has notified President Obama he is leaving his post.
One of the most respected men in Washington just saw his career come crashing down. David Petraeus, a four-star general with a PhD from Princeton, married for 37 years, admitted to having an extramarital affair. He said it was unacceptable behavior as a husband and the chief of the CIA. Infidelity may be a private issue, but not when you hold the key to the nation's deepest secrets. President Obama accepted General Petraeus' resignation, but described him as one of the outstanding generals of his generation.
Numerous news reports suggest his name turned up in an FBI investigation. Agents were trying to find out whether Paula Broadwell, who wrote a recent biography of Petraeus, was trying to get improper access to his emails or other information. That's when they discovered evidence he was having an affair. While he did handle the nation's biggest secrets, observers say the retired four-star general may have quit for other reasons.
Petraeus went to the White House yesterday to turn in his resignation, the same place he has so frequently been called upon to serve.
It's a great privilege to serve there with our young men and women.
Today, in a statement, President Obama praised Petraeus' dedication and patriotism and said his thoughts and prayers are with Dave and Holly Petraeus.
Of questions from the media and kept really keeping very hot on in the Benghazi and the way this administration had dealt with the result of that and how they presented that story to the rest of the world was questionable, to some at least. But however, this is a bombshell, and this really has very little to do, I would imagine, with the situation in Benghazi when this kind of a thing happens. It just takes over the salaciousness or the excitement of a particular resignation. But it's quick, it's swift, and he's gone.
By the time David Petraeus got his first taste of real combat, he was a 50-year-old Major General. In 2003, he commanded the 101st Airborne during its march on Baghdad. It was in Iraq that he rhetorically asked a reporter, "Tell me how this ends," suggesting trouble the U.S. would have there in later years. There he gained the nickname King David, used affectionately by his supporters and derisively by those who labeled him a celebrity general. In 2007, President Bush appointed Petraeus to lead all troops in Iraq. Petraeus essentially rewrote the Army Field Manual, and his ideas on counterinsurgency became known as the Petraeus Doctrine. A scandal of a different sort brought Petraeus back to command another war. When President Obama fired General Stanley McChrystal for his unflattering comments to Rolling Stone, Obama tapped General Petraeus as the man to save the Afghan war effort.
It has again been the greatest of honors to serve here.
But because of his name recognition among the American people, Petraeus was surrounded by speculation that he had political ambitions. Some wondered if he'd appear on the Republican presidential ticket. But Petraeus knocked down those rumors.
We're not out there running a political campaign. We're running a war.
At his Senate confirmation hearing to head the CIA, Petraeus admitted President Obama decided to withdraw thousands of troops from Afghanistan significantly faster than Petraeus wanted.
The ultimate decision was a more aggressive formulation, if you will, in terms of the timeline than what we had recommended.
Petraeus' wife, Holly, sat behind him during that testimony, and Petraeus publicly praised her.
She is a symbol of the strength and dedication of families around the globe who wait at home for their loved ones while they're engaged in critical work in Afghanistan, Iraq, and elsewhere. She has hung tough while I've been deployed for over 5.5 years since 9/11.
The chairwoman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Senator Dianne Feinstein, called Petraeus' resignation tragic and said she wished President Obama had not accepted it. We've been told that President Obama was opposed to allowing David Petraeus to resign, but Petraeus insisted, saying he felt it was something he had to do.
The most powerful U.S. intelligence agency now needs a new leader. Even though the White House spokesman gave a brief speech, he did not reveal when Petraeus' replacement might be appointed.
I'll let General Petraeus address this, and I'm sure that we'll have something from the president later.
The CIA director's sudden resignation comes as a surprise just days after Barack Obama won a second term as President of the United States. He visited the White House Thursday to hand in his resignation. Even though U.S. officials insisted that the CIA's handling of the Benghazi incident had nothing to do with Petraeus' decision to resign, reactions on social networks questioned the timing of his move. He's set to testify next Thursday in upcoming hearings on the death of the U.S. ambassador to Libya.